meet you again with a product review on Sound Extreme channel. The fully video clip review for the car audio product. In this time, I would like to present about the 4-channel amplifier from Bostwick. The model is Bostwick Bos-Ha604B. Before starting the review, I would like to briefing up about the 4-channel amplifier. Nowadays, the 4-channel amplifier is very popular in the Thai car audio because of this amplifier has the usability and the functional for adapt in the many sound system. Because of the 4-channel amplifier has the flexibility to use and to adjustment and configuration with the sound system. So about the Bos-Ha series from Bostwick is the new coming from Bostwick. This amplifier series is proposed for the car audio enthusiasts who want to have the good price and a high performance amplifier. This amplifier has many models covered in the many demand of the consumer. For the example, the 4-channel, the stereo, and the monoblock. It has a variety model to be covered in every demand. So before starting the review, I will be present you in another detail. Follow me. Okay, firstly, I will be present you about the product packaging. On my hand, you will see this is the packaging of the Bos-Ha604B in the rectangular shape. It's used with a thick paper, and the outside we have to paint and print by the black color. This is the conventional of the Bostwick packaging. You will see the black color that would be present about the rigid and strong. And another side you will have the graphic design which use a blue brightness color. So on the top cover you will see the red logo of Bostwick. This is the conventional of Bostwick. And you will see the product photo to show about the detail of this amplifier. In another side, just like on the front side, you will see the product detail, the function. Also have the product logo. And another side, we showed about the product logo and the product photo. The overall, I think this packaging has designed well look and has a detail. For the consumer, when you see the packaging, you will accept that it's a Bostwick characteristic. Okay, next session I will show you about the overall chassis and the functionality of this amplifier. Okay, I will be present about the chassis and the overall of this amplifier. Bos-Ha604B is made of the die-cast aluminum in the rectangular shape. The outside has been anodized in the blue color, and on the top you will see the logo plate. That is the laser cut. It's very nice. I also have the product model and the power output on the top. So on the side you will have the heatsink has been seamless with the chassis for the nice and easy to installation. You will see the height of this amplifier is nearly thin. That for use with the many car and to be has a usability. So about the connector on this side, you can see this is power supply connector, and this one is the speaker connector. The connector that's produced by the metal sheet and would be have the nickel cast that for use for the prevent the oxide on the contact. To another side, on this side you will see this is input connector and the control panel. On the idea of the Bostwick that will be designed in a symmetrical layout, you will see the input section, channel 1, channel 2 on the left, and channel 3 and 4 on the right for the symmetrical signal flow. So about the control panel, on my side is the control panel of the channel 1 and channel 2. It can configure in the full length and the high pass filter. So on the channel 3 and channel 4 that can configure in the full length, high pass and low pass filter. That is a very variety in use that depend on the configuration of the user. That will be answer the demand of the user. Very flexibility. This is a highlight of the Bos-Ha604B. That's good. Okay, next session I will show you with the internal construction and internal layout of this amplifier. The internal layout of the Bos-Ha604B is very nice. I will show you on the internal layout of this amplifier. You will see the overall circuit head would be designed on the onboard layout that don't use the another wiring and another connector. It's very nice. The PCB is used from the glass epoxy PCB, double layer and plate 2 hole. And for this side you will see the ground plane that used for to prevention the noise from the outside and prevent the RFI. And the layout Bostwick is the intent to lay out in the symmetrical, starting with the power supply. On this section is a power supply. The power supply is a switching power supply. You will see the input capacitor to filter the DC voltage when you're feeding up to the circuit, and use the big toroidal coil to be step up the voltage and the current. So about the switching power supply that control with the switching circuit with the TL494. And another side, when you see most of the component that's used is SMD technology for optimum the space in the circuit. So when the power supply had feeding out the voltage, it will pass the output capacitor to filter for the flat of the DC voltage. It's a big capacitor that use the electrolytic capacitor, 8200 microfarad, for filter the voltage to be flat and the DC current. So for the input section, this is the input section. The input section that handle with the op-amp chip had 4 op-amp for control and for the divide the frequency for the electronic control network, and the signal will feed up to the amplifier section. The amplifier section, you will see the 2 channels will be feeding on left and another is feeding on the right, and on the middle we see with the electron fan that we control with the temperature. When it has a temperature too high, this fan will be operate. So about the amplifier section, you will see the circuit that use the simple circuit but use the high gain of the transistor and MOSFET to be amplify the signal that we will have to shorting part of the signal part, and 2B has the output gain for the high output. That is the secret of this design. So the overall, that's really nice, look like the high-end amplifier. So in the next session, I will show you about the review result. On the review, I have received this amplifier, the new one. So firstly, I had to open up the cabinet and putting up to my reference system. The reference system is consists of the CD head unit JVC KD HS1000, and interconnect I use the Police Audio S100 Pro, and the reference speaker I use Bostwick Extreme 6.5. After I connect, I have set the configuration in the stereo full length by use channel 1 and channel 2. Why I choose the full length? Cause of I wanna be to review how this amplifier can respond the full band frequency. In the review, I have used at least 20 hours for running in and listen this amplifier. The first hours after I connect and starting up to running in, Bostwick Bos-Ha604B can be transfer the transparency sound, especially the punching from the dynamic headroom, that can show the performance of the amplifier section. But in the first hours to the 10 hours, this characteristic is similarly not clear, but has the potential to have this capacity. So after past the 10 hours, when I have to listen, I feel like that the output of the power output from the specification has a recommend just allowed 60 watt by 4 at 4 ohm. But in my perception, after I had to listen this amplifier, I think the amplifier section could be transfer the output power more than the specification. You will feel about the attack and decay time is very tight. That's good for use in the daily use. So about the mid-length and the high frequency, the mid-length has shown the outstanding performance, have the clear, the detail, and the seamless with the mid bass. So about the high frequency, the high frequency is just like the transparency, has the optimum detail. The overall, that's so. If you compare with the pricing of this amplifier with the high frequency, I think it's very performing with the sound. The conclusion about the review of this amplifier, in my opinion, I think this is a high performance functional amplifier that respond and could be fit with the car audio enthusiast who wanna have the high performance functional amplifier in the reasonable price, and could be transfer the detail and could be transfer the power output. Is it starting up with the correct way for the car audio enthusiast? So if you want to be follow up the review clip video, you can follow us on the YouTube channel at the worldwideweb.youtube.com/soundextrememac. And if you want to reading up about the review article, you can access directly to my website, to my ebook at worldwideweb.soundextrememac.com. And if you want to be follow us on the Facebook, please press like on my fan page www.facebook.com/soundextrememac. See you next time. Bye bye.